or less. 5 minutes, 4 minutes, or 5 minutes, or less, or 5 minutes, or less, or 5 We're glad you're here, though, Tom. 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 We're glad you're here. 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 Received no updates. 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 Yeah. Hello, Florida. Yeah. Can you hear us? Hello, 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 hello. Check 1, 2. Yep. Kenny GQ is the fourth head coach in Detroit City Football Club. His 2 seasons as an assistant coach for Sacramento Republic FC. He spent over a decade coaching in the Toronto FC youth system, the same club he retired at as a player after coming from overseas to play for them. GQ, who was born in Notting Hill, London, England, 400 professional appearances under his belt. He played for QPR, Sunderland, West Bromwich Albion, Millwall, Preston North End. He also played for 2 Italian clubs, Sampdoria and Lecce. Blue Rouge and Oakland Roots FC met twice in the 2020 USL Fall Tournament bubble, with the Rouge coming out victorious 2-1 on both occasions. Oakland Roots has never beaten in English, beat Detroit City FC in a league match. The second of the 2 matchups in the USL Fall Tournament bubble was for the championship. City legend Jean-Claude Lawson scored in the second half of both matches, just minutes after being subbed on. Both previous USL Championship matches have been 1-1 draws in each of the last 2 seasons, with Johnny Rodriguez scoring the goal for Oakland Roots in both games. Team all-time with 21 goals. Memo Diaz leads the team all-time with 11 assists. Diaz is the club's all-time appearance, where he played 96 matches for Oakland Roots. Oakland is heading to Detroit in search of their first win versus their former rivals.
do it.
Come on, Dad, get me.
Ooh, nice play. All right, you go. There we go.
So cute. At Ally, we're helping millions save more for the things that matter most to them. Whatever you're saving for, we're all better off with an Ally.
Get back to work.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Hi, Dave from DTE here. Ooh, this dirty HVAC filter makes your system work a lot harder, and that costs money. But they're really easy to change. First, just check the edge of your current filter to see what size to buy. Then, just insert the new filter with the arrow facing toward the furnace. It's that easy. Energy bill savings. Get more tips on our website.
There's a beer in the D for me and you. From Royal Oak to Jefferson Avenue. Grab a friend and a jersey too and chant. Chant like you give a damn.
USL Championship action. Let's take a look at our player to watch. Brought to you by the Finnish long drink. Maxi Rodriguez certainly has been somebody that DCFC has leaned on. And as we check out the starting 11, brought to you by DMC, the Detroit Medical Center. Mr. John Krieger, you take a look at DCFC right now, missing a couple of bodies, but still very strong.
You know what? And that's a testament to the building of a deeper squad. It's paying dividends here with players out with injury.
And let's check out the Oakland Roots player to watch. Again, brought to you by the Finnish long drink. Johnny Rodriguez, he loves playing against Detroit City FC.
He has both of Oakland's goals in the USL Championship against Le Rouge. He's looking for more here today at Keyworth.
And right before we kick off, let's take a look at the Oakland Roots starting 11, brought to you by Fort Pontchartrain, the official hotel partner of Detroit City FC. Missing a couple bodies as well due to discipline. The youngsters will get a shot here today.
An injury as well. It is not a deep bench. You're going to have a lot of young players having a trial by fire here at Keyworth.
So we are just about ready to go. Detroit City FC in the home Rouge kits. Oakland Roots in their road gray and whites. Neil Rule, John Krieger here with you. Chilly here today at Keyworth Stadium, but the energy good as it always is as we are ready to go. The opening temperature here at kick 46 degrees. But again, the spirits are as good as they always are. Paul Blanchett, the starting keeper for the Oakland Roots. And we are underway. Neil Rule, John Krieger here at historic Keyworth Stadium. Early throw coming up here for Detroit City FC. Our officiating crew here today, the head referee is Olven Oliva, and the assistant referee, Tom Felice. The second assistant, Jake Brochu, and the fourth official is Jason Cross. So, John, Detroit City FC on a run of form, a perfect 4-0. Early on in USL Championship action, a U.S. Open Cup victory here earlier this week. And they've taken it to the opposition.
It is a very attacking brand of football. What I am more encouraged by than simply the points in the bank and the 5 wins from 5 tries is the way they're setting up. The system that Danny Zicchio has installed in his short time here with DCFC, and also the way that he's been able to help players unlock in 1v1 situations. This team already knew how to play as a team, how to get each other's back. But what Danny has really tried to do is get players to be unafraid in the 1v1 situation, be strong with the ball. It's paid a lot of dividends. It's opened up the middle and the wings alike. It's a good offensive setup, and it's been great in midfield.
Oakland Roots with some sustained possession. Tamakis will play it back. All chipped up ahead the left side. Tough challenge here. Brett Levi's will be whistled for the foul.
City with 4 along the back early. And that's what we normally see from Danny Dicchio. He'll have that 4-man back line.
First 5 minutes of this match presented by DMC Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. DMC proud to be the official healthcare provider for Detroit City FC.
2 midfielders in front. Oakland doing a good job early of compacting the field, putting City back on their heels. That's a good start from the Left Coast club.
Restart lined up for Oakland Roots. That ball swung into the 18. Steinwasser has a beat on it, punches it back out. And the flag is up along the far touchline, and another player down for Oakland Roots. Johnny Rodriguez tending to his teammate that is down on the pitch. Johnny Rodriguez, the Oakland Roots all-time goal scoring leader, and has some of those goals against Detroit City FC. He scored both of them in USL Championship against DCFC.
Just a big presence in the area. Uses height to his advantage. Good feet. Nose for the ball. Unafraid to go in on a challenge. Try to win a ball in the air on a set piece as well. Quality player.
Steinwasser pings it up looking for Yazid Matthews. Players going down everywhere, and Yazid pegged with that whistle. There is Yazid Matthews. Had 3 goals in 7 matches played for Detroit City FC last year. He scored lots of big goals for this club during his long run here for Le Rouge.
And he's going to need to step up. City lost 2 big pieces in their win over North Carolina FC. You lose Reese Williams, you lose Elvis Amo. And the good news for the City faithful is that Danny Dicchio says they expect him to be back sooner than was originally feared, but that doesn't mean there's not going to be time with him out of the lineup, and you're going to need some of these players to step up and fill those holes. Luckily, Yazid has that experience.
Niall Logue will toss that one in. Niall Logue played his college soccer at Ohio State, so he will draw the ire of this crowd, not just for playing for Oakland Roots, but also, of course, playing for Ohio State. He's got 2 strikes against him walking in the door.
I knew I wasn't a fan. I'm sorry, that's the Spartan in me.
Villanueva touches that one, and away comes Detroit City looking for their first sustained possession here this afternoon. Yazid does well in traffic. Lejope has it. Makes a move. Maxey calling for it. Wings it out to Bryant, who jumps up into the play. Michael Bryant leaves it off. Morris's cross is cleared out. Detroit City FC dangerous for the first time here into the 6th minute.
And Neil, that passage of play was entirely made possible by Lejope being aggressive with the ball and absolutely faking out his defender in the center circle. Joe powered past the guy, and that opened up the space in behind, another level in midfield for him to be able to not have to use the aerial cross and go out wide.
And that corner brought to you by Mistig811.org. Know what's below and visit Mistig811.org before any digging project. And guess what? We will do it again. Once again, brought to you by Mistig811. So a couple of corner opportunities. And John, when you're coming in on the road in a hostile environment, you don't want to dance with the devil on set pieces too many times if you can help it.
No, and I love the way Danny Dicchio sets up his corners. 2 layers of attack.
Brett Levi's will send it in. That ball played away. Half volley chance sent over top of everything. Alex Villanueva, who spent some time with the Real Salt Lake Seattle Sounders academies.
His eyes got real big there, Neil. Another day, you might settle that down, try to send it back across. He had eyes for goal.
Paul Blanchette, the longtime veteran for Oakland Roots. Over 75 matches played, was a second-team All-League performer last season. And John probably didn't, a lot like his counterpart, Nate Steinwasser, probably doesn't get the credit he might deserve in the pantheon of USL Championship, but always rock solid. Roots, one of those sides, they're just always in the match.
They're annoying in that way for opponents, that you can never, there's never an easy match with them.
Morris with the takeaway on the misplay. Maxi Rodriguez making an overlapping run. Morris lets it go and slots it into the left side, and City gets the jump. 1-0, they have the lead.
A hallmark of Danny Dichio's Detroit City is be aggressive with the ball, be aggressive without the ball. Watch the jump that Ben Morris gets on the turnover here. Not laying back and letting something else happen. He comes in, just absolutely picks the pocket, comes out, jumps the ball, moves wide, forces his defender to his outside side, then use him as a screener, cuts back across the body, 1-0. All of that is started by Morris being aggressive on the ball, seeing the touch was heavy, having the courage to go get it. He's off to the races, and it's 1-0.
Ben Morris led Detroit City FC in goals last season. Maybe some had the question, what would they do in terms of the people that they lost in the last match? It's always nice when you can go to number 9, who led you in goals last year, and he comes in and strikes.
And that, again, is a testament to the deeper squad that you are seeing for Detroit City FC this year. Also, frankly, having Elvis Almo here and having him in training before the injury pushes Ben Morris. When you can be pushed in training, it improves you as a player. And we're seeing that now in that opening goal.
Almo Mensah touched that one away. Lejope looking to turn. Maxi Rodriguez comes back to get it, goes direct, looking for Yazid Matthews, nearly delivered it. Marva Lashivli able to head that one away. Now the match spacing out a little bit. It's a 3v3. Michael Bryant touches it back, and then the captain, Stephen Carroll, stands his ground.
Oh, that's a good decision by the official. Oakland's number 17, Johnny Rodriguez, going down, immediately looking at the official for a decision. None was forthcoming.
Villanueva the target this time. Justin Rasmussen calling for it along this near left touch line. Blanchette will go direct instead. 50-50 ball. Stephen Carroll wins it.
And frankly, City will take that all day. They had shut off the passing lanes to allow Oakland Roots to play it along the floor, and now Ben Morris forcing another back pass.
Blanchette will ping it down the pitch again. Nobody in the neighborhood for Oakland Roots. Stepping through on the left side. Ball sent in looking for Morris. Can Morris settle it down? Morris works around his man. Tried to step through. Second defender came in to break the play up. Morris dangerous again.
How physical has he been today, Neil? Wow. What a first 10 minutes for Ben Morris. Picks the pocket and goes the rest of the way, and then muscles his guy there, and then needs a second Oakland Roots player to dispossess it.
Pass slotted ahead. Carroll tracking back in the mix. Rodriguez has his shot blocked, and it trickles over the line. A corner coming up, but Johnny Rodriguez dangerous on the other end.
Oakland very good on the counter there. City had really compacted things further up the pitch, and here comes Johnny Rodriguez. That's their best through ball of the day, and Rodriguez turns on the Jets. Stephen Carroll with just enough to keep it legal, and then kind of leaves a leg in there, but the ball gone out of play.
Toe poke shot is blocked. Villanueva did the job. This 5 minutes of the match presented by University of Michigan Flint, offering a flexible world-class education. Find the right program at umflint.edu. Into the 12th minute, Neil Rule, John Krieger here with you. Keyworth Stadium. Detroit City FC has followed the formula. that they've had in USL Championship all season long. Striking early, Ben Morris has provided the difference so far. And a goal kick coming up now for Nate Steinwasser. But Ben Morris again, John, DCFC active early here at Keyworth. It's always a good prescription for the home side.
You know what? It is. It kind of takes the pressure off. It allows you to play from ahead. And the other part of Morris's goal that is worth noting, the finish. Just kept the boot behind the ball, didn't scuff it, well placed, kept it along the floor. It's a low fizzing shot. All in all, a perfect start to get that 1-0 lead.
Here comes Lejeau. Maxi Rodriguez will turn around with it. Michael Bryant being hassled by Rasmussen. Jope tried to step through. Looking back to the official, will not get the call. Blanchette will touch it out wide. Lowe. Lowe gets it back again. Azid. Touch it back to Morris, and City with the possession one more time.
You know, this is a pace of the game that will favor City, I think, in the later rounds of this prize fight, Neil, because Oakland had to go 120 minutes in midweek and then fly out here. And this is a pretty frenetic first 12 minutes. A lot of gas being used with the afterburners turning on. Going to be interesting to see once the subs start getting made at about 60 minutes, 65 minutes, how much gas is left in people's tanks.
We touched on it in the open. A couple of players out due to discipline for Oakland Roots. They have sent a lot of youngsters here, and that's mostly the composition of the substitute 7. You have a couple of academy products, 15-year-old Javier Bedola Vera as well, all part of that Project 510 program. It'll be put to the test here this afternoon.
It'll be interesting to see how long this pace plays and what it'll mean for that when those academy players get a run.
That pass makes its way through. Rasmussen slots the pass out, stepping over, ball laid off, played away. Amu Mensah on the scene. Boy, Cedeno puts his hands on his head, say, how do we not score there?
Well, you didn't score because Devin Amu Mensah stayed at home. Plain and simple. Didn't overcommit. Didn't get caught ball watching. Played his position and cut it out.
Throw coming now for Detroit City. DCFC pinned in the corner. Ball pegged up. It is fairly windy, and a collision there, and Lejeau down. And the whistle will go against Danny Gomez. But we were discussing the wind. As you're watching your screen, picture the wind being at your back, blowing about 15 miles per hour, gusting till about 20. As we take a look at the Fago replay, and here you see bodies colliding. That left arm got up in the grill of Lejeau. Danny Gomez, 23 years old, 20 matches played as a rookie last year. This portion of the broadcast brought to you by DTE Energy. As Steinwasser pings that one away. No matter where you are in your energy efficiency journey, DTE can help. Learn more at dteenergy.com/save energy. And once again, about 6,000 unlicensed referees here at Keyworth have a different viewpoint than the official did. We'll say it like that. Pass slotted up, and Steinwasser off the line. Gets the jump and makes the grab.
That's a really good charge by Nate Steinwasser, and a nice ball for Oakland Roots to come back really on the counter and against the run of play a little bit and make Steinwasser come off his line. Nate had to be ready. Second time he's really had to get involved here in the opening quarter hour.
We're into the 17th minute. Neil Rule, John Krieger here with you. USL Championship Soccer on a Saturday afternoon from Keyworth Stadium. Detroit City FC 4-0. Perfect so far. on the season. Stephen Carroll tracks it back. And John, we were talking about that 4-0 start. There's been a formula, and it's been consistent. It's not something where they've kind of backed into points or anything like that. They have come out tactical. They have ran the playbook, and the playbook has worked time after time after time, and it's worked early on here today.
And they were top to bottom, they really look like a unit. But they look like a unit that is allowing for some individual expression, which it's good to play as a team, but it's also good to win those 1v1 battles. And that's what we see a lot of here. You know, you take a look at that Les Jope move that sent the ball down out wide. You have to be able to win the one-on-one battles to help the team. And that's what we've seen in the first 4 matches here.
Gomez pings it out into space looking for Rasmussen. Then Morris tracks back. And then Michael Bryant wins it. Les Jope turns back. Johnny Rodriguez discards him. Jope takes him down. So it's going both ways. Ball comes out to Gomez. Gomez touches it. Villanueva tracks back to redirect. Ball sent into the mixing bowl, flicked on, and Nate Steinwasser stands his ground.
See, he's got to be a little careful there, Neil. Les Jope got a little cute, trying to go over the top of his head, and he got his pocket pick.
I think Stephen Carroll saw what you saw, because he was a little animated after Nate Steinwasser made that grab. Whistle goes against Oakland Roots. Roots came in 2-3-1 on the season. They have 7 points, tied for 7th place in the Western Conference. Had a big 3-2 win at El Paso. Not easy to go to El Paso and get all 3, but they did that. All 5 goals of that match came in the first 51 minutes. That ball chipped up looking for Maxi Rodriguez. Villanueva on the run too. Villanueva's 1v2. Tries to get around his defender, cannot. Johnny Rodriguez goes down. Michael Bryant wants a call. Rodriguez wants a call. And Michael Bryant, I believe, will go in the books. He will.
Oh, now.
So Michael Bryant in the books. So Olvin Oliva makes his decision.
I think, well, so the optics, whether or not the decision was correct, and I'm not an official, so I'm not going there. The optics of it, of waiting to give the yellow card until after Johnny Rodriguez had quite animatedly remonstrated with the official, won't do well for the unlicensed officials here. And there are 2 city yellow cards, I believe. 1 for the action and 1 for dissent. So Les Jope goes in the book, and also Michael Bryant goes in the book, and that's not great for Detroit City. With 2 of your main attack drivers to be able to set things up. Now in the book on 20 minutes.
Murphy with the touch. Maxi Rodriguez tracks back. Maxi goes down. Official says play on. Murphy comes into the mix. Cedeno touches it out wide. Tomaskas will track back. Brian Tomaskas, 62 matches played for the El Salvadorian national team. Played in the 2021 Gold Cup. Spent the better part of the last decade playing in the El Salvador Premier Division.
And of course, Noah Delgado with some experience with El Salvadorian soccer. He was on the El Salvador staff during World Cup qualifying for World Cup 2022.
This portion of the match brought to you by your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers proud to be the premier sponsor of Detroit City FC. Villanueva makes his move. Villanueva sends it in. Yazid Matthews with the redirection. Are they calling a goal kick? They are. Which initially I had thought it redirected off the Oakland Roots back line.
I would have agreed with you, Neil, but you and I are up here and they're down there.
Let's check out that Fago replay. Villanueva with a great move. And yeah, that looked pretty clear to be off Niall Logue. And we get another whistle and a stoppage. And fans, you can scan the QR code on your screen now to easily sync Detroit City FC's 2024 schedule to your calendar to ensure you don't miss a moment of the action. You got the phone out right now. Go ahead. That QR code, a scan, sync your calendar.
Danny Dicchio not happy on the Detroit City FC bench. Had some rather animated conversations with fourth official Jason Cross.
Stephen Carroll also having some discussions. Restart driven down. Brett Levi's will get a head on it. Ball back through the middle. Donaciano played it away. Donaciano, 17 matches played for the Oakland Roots last season, and another whistle and another foul.
Well, the foul's right now 6-2 in favor of Oakland Roots. Detroit City with 6 fouls because of the 2 that were just called that haven't come up on the system yet.
Now some space for the Roots to operate in. Cross. Levi's played it away, and now Michael Bryant will head it back up. I think Maxi Rodriguez was looking to counter, and Johnny Rodriguez will be hit with that foul. And the fans here at Keyworth, a couple of them stand up, give their applause.
Suffice to say, they are not exactly fans in the early going of the man in the middle.
It is a thankless job because no matter what you do,
half the people
are not going to like it.
Yep.
Steinwasher sends it out to Bryant. Yazid Matthews lets it go. Boy, beautiful lay down there and swung out. Villanueva up the left side. Villanueva looks to put the brakes on, and he's taken down in the box, and a penalty will be awarded.
And a card as well.
And a yellow card issued to Memo Diaz, I believe. And Detroit City FC has a prime opportunity to seize control of this match as we move into the 26th minute.
Well, let's take a look. First off, a beautiful ball out wide. That makes this all possible. Villanueva comes in. I think Oakland fans would want to see another replay. City will take that all day.
Speaking of taking it, Maxi Rodriguez, there was no doubt.
I'm taking the ball.
I'm taking the ball. And Maxi Rodriguez will line this thing up. Paul Blanchett will start the gamesmanship.
Did you see Amy Martinez from Aston Villa in the Europa Conference League this week in their penalty shootout win? You want to talk about gamesmanship? That was a clinic for the World Cup winning Argentinian goalkeeper. It's all part of penalties.
Blanchett right now doing it a bit more. Maxi Rodriguez will realign it. So Detroit City FC can put an early stranglehold on this match. Can Maxi Rodriguez deliver? Of course, 2-0 Detroit City Maxi Rodriguez.
That penalty was perfect. Keeper goes the right way, doesn't matter. You place it that well, it's going to score. And it did. And it's 2-0 City. Doesn't move the head, kept the lower body in line. Keeper guesses right, but when it's placed at that point inside the post, there is no keeper in the world that's going to stop that ball with pace.
Maxi points to the sky, taps his chest, and the Northern Guard on command lets it go into the sky. Everything coming up City early on, the 2-0 lead.
That was City's first penalty of the season, by the way. In 5 matches. 1 for 1 on the year. Oakland, for the record, also 1 for 1 on the year.
Now the Oakland Roots. A very steep hill has become even steeper.
To see who the Oakland yellow card was on. It looks like it was on
Memo Diaz, I believe, was who got pointed to.
And it's not actually. It's going to be on Tamakas, who picked up the yellow. Or at least so say our statistics here.
So restart coming up for Oakland Roots.
And why that's important is Oakland would not have wanted Memo Diaz on a yellow. Tamakas, the yellow card being on Tamakas is actually a small silver lining in that whole situation if you're Oakland, because Memo Diaz is so important to their midfield. And they just changed it. Sweet. All right. Yeah, no, that is Memo Diaz. The stats here had it as 21, and they just changed it. That's all right. It's all part of the fun of doing a broadcast. So Memo Diaz is on a yellow, and
that is not who you want.
Not who you want if you're the Oakland Roots, because he's so important in their creating chances on the year.
So important to the franchise in general. The all-time assist leader, the all-time leader in matches played.
He's got 2 assists on their 6 goals. One of their goals was a penalty, so he's got 2 assists on their 5 goals from open play and 12 chances created on the year for them. And so now having to play the last 60 minutes on a yellow, not great. Just the same way as late Joe being on a yellow isn't great for City.
The thing is, Danny Dicchio has a little more freedom now to act accordingly with that. Make it a Apologize for the technical difficulties here from site. Happy to be back with you. Still 2-0, Detroit City FC with the lead in the 34th minute. Neil Rule, John Krieger, as Lay Jope with the touch. And Jope steps through, and what do we have? A whistle way back down the pitch. And DCFC was on an attack, and Stephen Carroll wants an explanation.
And I have none, because they just played a drop ball. That's...
So, any way you slice it, City with the control. Here comes Lay Jope. Jope playing on a yellow, as is Michael Bryant. City with this 2-0 lead. Villanueva the target. That one just headed away. Marvelashvili able to avert disaster. Gagi Marvelashvili, native of Georgia, spent the last 2 seasons in the Macedonian and Georgia First Divisions. Brett Levi's will toss this one in. Yazid Matthew able to fend off a couple of the defenders. Maxi Rodriguez tried to touch it through. Lay Jope steps into it, lets a rocket go! And Blanchett had to get hands on it. Lay Jope from distance.
That's what Lay can do if you give him half a yard of shooting space and he's got an angle on goal. Let's take a look. A nice leave there, a nice touch by Maxi. And Lay Jope from distance gets the run up. And it's tipped over top of the bar by Blanchett.
Corner brought to you by Mystic 811. Know what's below. Visit mystic811.org before any digging project. Another corner here for Detroit City. One more goal here before the half could be just a massive blow to Oakland Roots. Off the corner, swerved in, headed away. Then Morris. Amumensa will track back. Locked up with Cedeno, and Amumensa called for the foul.
12 fouls so far in this contest, Neil, in the opening 36 minutes. It has not been amicably contested, I think is the way I would put it. It is already chippy.
There has been 1 yellow card, or excuse me, 2 yellow cards for dissent here today already, and that's a lot of work to be done in 30 minutes. Mensa tracks back. Quick throw in for the Roots, taken away. Levi's. Detroit City got the jump. Ben Morris struck in the 8th minute. Maxi Rodriguez converted a penalty in the 27th minute. And that is where we stand. Oakland Roots with a very, very tall task to come back down 2 here at Keyworth. Gomez back towards the middle. Donaciano played it across. Asmussen. One more time. Donaciano. Gomez. Some decent flow, but then Maxi Rodriguez takes it away. He may be looking to counter himself. Goes up to Yazid Matthews, and the foul and a booking will be assessed. Marvelashvili will go in the books.
That's actually a good job by the official to play advantage there. The advantage quickly didn't materialize, so he brings it back for the foul. Maxi going through, gets taken out, The official waited to see if a City player could get on the end of the ball, didn't, pulled it back for the foul.
Now the books will be updated. Gives me a chance to tell you about this week's youth team of the match. Detroit City FC Downriver 2013 Girls Rouge, coached by Mike Hatfield. The team took first place in the Division I during the WSSL Fall 23 season. They competed in the Spirit of Saginaw Invitational Tournament, an annual event hosted by our friends at Detroit City FC North, and took home first place. Business as usual in the Detroit City FC youth system, John.
You know, I feel like every time we do these matches, there are three certainties in life: death, taxes, and a city youth team winning first place in some local youth competition.
Michael Bryant locked up. That was an absolute battle. Edgar Cruz. Haven't heard a lot from Cruz here today. Keep in mind, he's an 18-year-old that made his pro debut against Detroit City FC last season. Michael Bryant, at 27 years old, seasoned veteran. It's just a tough assignment for an 18-year-old to take on. But baptism by fire, right?
That's what we said in the open. There's a lot of that. Look at Jope and that step through.
Jope lays it off. Yazid Matthews steps back, and the shot is blocked. And a foul was called, I believe.
Flag was up there, Neil, on the near side. The assistant referee obscured from our view a little bit in the corner. And yeah, that's a good decision. He's off.
Jope touches it. Here's Ben Morris. He's got a goal already here today. Bryant makes a run. Bryant on the end of it. His cross sent in. Headed away. Morris will get it back. Bryant, can he track it down? He does. Bryant sends it in. Yazid Matthews. Murphy gave a run. Cedeno.
Johnny Rodriguez out wide in a lot of space if they could see him and cut it back.
Cedeno looked up and saw him, but not before Maxi Rodriguez took it away. Carroll wins that battle. Maxi Rodriguez turns, slots it ahead. Morris. Roots have numbers back. Boy, what a beautiful ball. Sent up the left side. Cross in, Yazid Matthews, unable to do what he wanted to with it.
Got the body kind of worked around a little bit. When it's closer to the corner flag than the goal, something has gone wrong. That will not go on the sizzle reel for the year.
What a beautifully slotted pass.
Yeah, he'll be reminded of that one in training.
Especially in film session, I'm sure. Yeah, he's got credit, though. That man has scored enough big goals throughout his time for Detroit City FC. Friendly matches against Liga MX teams, you name it. He has scored big-time goals. I won't let him do it to you, Yazid. I won't.
No.
I'm standing up for you. They'll edit this part out of it, though.
Excellent.
Michael Bryant gets an elbow there in the back. Edgar Cruz, the guilty party. Another one of those Project 510 players that they have brought with them on the road trip. I was talking with some of the MLS scouts in the crowd here before the match, and we're talking about that Project 510 that the Oakland Roots, they are one of the more aggressive USL Championship sides in terms of their academy and what they're doing with the youth.
And to be fair, I think that's what Detroit City is trying to set up in the same way.
Levi's taken down from behind. And And this portion of the match brought to you by Ally, proud to be the official bank of Detroit City FC. Learn more at ally.com. Ally Bank, member FDIC.
Take a look at the way City's setting up here, Neil. Watch Maxi in front there. He may peel off here.
Levi's goes far corner, and there is Maxi Rodriguez on the end of it. Maxi lays it off. Villanueva, his cross curls in, and it's headed away. Levi's on Mumenta, beautiful touch. Bryant crossed in one more time, cut out. Villanueva. Detroit City FC having a kickabout around the perimeter. And now it's taken away. Cedeno. City gets their numbers back.
Expecting 4 minutes of stoppage time here, Neil, at the close of the first half. So we got a while to go before the locker rooms.
Rasmussen, overlapping run from Logue. Ball sent in. Steinwasser will measure it and make the grab. Pat on the back of Brett Levi's. You always like that when you can make those grabs kind of unopposed because your defender's right there.
Just that added layer of protection.
4 minutes of stoppage time brought to you by Brew Detroit, the official craft beer of Detroit City FC. Yazid Matthews makes his run, and the flag is up. Donaciano will play it back. Oakland Roots going the wrong direction right now. City's the cause of it. And another whistle against Oakland Roots. Levi's down. So Brett Levi's slow to get back to his feet. Levi's played 24 matches in MLS for Vancouver from 2016 to 2019. Couple of assists this year for Levi's. So we check out the Fago replay. Diaz on that yellow. You get nervous when you're on that yellow and that foot gets that far away from your body. You're running with the devil.
And you know, if there hadn't been a defender right there as cover, he would have been in even more trouble. But the referee will probably have looked at that and said that that wasn't a denial of a path through.
Which I agree.
And correct decision.
Right.
I'm just saying he's really thankful that his teammate's right there.
Stephen Carroll has it. Longest tenured captain in Detroit professional sports, Stephen Carroll. Maxi Rodriguez. Ball played away. This could be dangerous. Cedeno in the midfield. Oakland Roots getting forward. Overlapping run. Damascus. And a throw coming. He'll fire it in quickly, I would believe, and he does. Again, the Roots going backwards with it.
You know, with all of the fouls, we've talked a lot about refereeing decisions in this first half, but if I can be tactical for just 30 seconds, City's shape has been excellent in midfield today. A lot of those balls that you've seen, the through balls through, are because that midfield has really held its shape and is doing a very good job of controlling possession and finding spaces in Oakland's midfield as well. A really solid tactical midfield performance.
The ball swung in. Bryant on the island will head it away. It was 1v1 and Michael Bryant won. If Bryant wants a throw. He will not get that. Quick toss in. Luciano will play it back. Here's Logue. Ball to the middle. Giveaway there by Cruz. And City gives it right back with some space. Service into the box. Johnny Rodriguez lays it off. The shot is blocked. And Amu Mensah just bullies his way through everybody and takes it away.
And does so cleanly.
Rasmussen sends it in, and Amu Mensah, very dangerous in the defense against Johnny Rodriguez. And that will be the final whistle of the first half. Detroit City FC with the 2-0 lead, and John, pretty much a picture-perfect first 45 minutes for DCFC.
Outstanding technically, a couple of good goals, survived a little bit of pressure from Oakland Roots, and you have 2 goals to the good at the break. A solid first half for Le Rouge. Got to keep it up for the second 45.
Oakland Roots have to find some answers during the halftime break. They have a very tall mountain to climb when we come back. Detroit City FC with the 2-0 lead over the Oakland Roots. We'll be back with some of the halftime festivities. This is USL Championship Soccer, brought to you by Stroh's, because Stroh's is spoken here.
We head back to our osteopathic physical therapy team that uses comprehensive exams and the most effective evidence-based treatment techniques to treat not just the source of pain, but the cause of pain.
It's about getting back to the patient, getting them back on track. It's patient-centric care. Me personally, I've been a fan for the last several years, and I played soccer my entire life, so it's so exciting to have it in our own backyard and be able to contribute to the success of the program.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
It all starts with a Chevy truck. Chevy Silverado with the Turbo Max engine and best-in-class standard torque. And Chevy Silverado HD with up to 14 available camera views. Do more in a Chevy truck. Get yours now. Or GM employees with a current eligible lease can get this Silverado for $319 a month. Or during Chevy truck season, get as low as 0.9% financing in all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups.
Let's do it.
Come on, Dad, get me.
Ooh, nice play. All right, go. There you go.
So cute.
At Ally, we're helping millions save more for the things that matter most to them. Whatever you're saving for, we're all better off with an Ally.
Get back to work.
Detroit City FC is presented by Ally. Ally, proud to be the official bank of DCFC. Ally Bank member FDIC. Fago, proud to be the official pop of Detroit City. Brew Detroit, the official craft beer of Detroit City FC. And Fort Pontchartrain, proud to be the official hotel partner of DCFC.
Obviously, you want to do better than last year, and so I think obviously us making the playoffs last year was super big, getting that first round win against Pittsburgh, so I think we just need to grow off of that. To make the playoffs should be step one, and obviously hosting a playoff game would be super huge for the organization and for the fans here at Keyworth. having an important core here that have been here and have established kind of like our core values here, I think is super important. And, you know, we kind of understand how each other play and how, you know, we think on the field. Tiffany and Trevor have created such an amazing culture, and, you know, it's pretty remarkable what they've done for the club and, you know, what they're going to continue to do for the club. We always want to play our hearts out for Trevor, and, you know, he's always given us so much and always trusted us so much. And, you know, when that news came through, we knew we had to finish the season strong and do as well as we could. And, you know, I thought we really did that.
Chance towards the back post, headed home, beautiful! Michael Bryant puts Detroit City on the board.
Such a great start. Exactly what Detroit's looking for.
Yeah, I was pretty hard on myself in the first half of the season. You know, just goals weren't coming. You know, there was a couple opportunities, and, you know, I kind of just stayed focused on it. I knew they would come. Just try to get myself in the right position. And I feel like those goals were super key at the end of the season, like you said, but also from other like dudes in the back line, like Devin, his 2 goals as well, I feel like came in super clutch. So we just tried to pick up what we could from the back. I kind of reflected on that a lot, how I'm now seen as one of the older guys, because I remember being one of the younger guys for past clubs and learning from the older guys. So I'm really taking on that role to teach the younger kids or the new guys kind of, you know, how we run things here and how the culture is, and just how amazing like this club is and how amazing the fans are, honestly. And I'm excited for them to see that.
You'll get it done.
When termites show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Jennings, this is where he reeks. Jennings, 1v1. Got under it. Level. New Mexico.
Looks great.
When termites show up, so do we. Terminix it.
At DMC's Rehabilitation Institute of Michigan, we help you get back. In the water, in the paint, on your bike, or just on your feet. Our team of therapists brings skill, experience, and advanced technology to your personal recovery plan. For any challenge, great or small, at over 20 locations. Ask your doctor for a prescription. You'll get right in, and we'll get right to work. Healthcare is better together at DMC's Rehabilitation Institute of Michigan.
Over Oakland Roots, Neil Rule, John Krieger back here with you. And it is, of course, U.S. Open Cup time. As a lot of the Detroit City FC fans know, they got a big win over the Michigan Stars on Tuesday as they got their U.S. Open Cup off to a good start. Lou City representing USL Championship, they got a win as well.
And take a look at South Georgia Tormenta FC getting that win in that bit of a cup set. U.S. Open Cup so special for me. Second oldest cup competition in the world. It's an important thing for me as a soccer fan. Been a fun week.
No, it certainly has. Las Vegas Lights got a win in extra time as well. FC Tulsa against a very good Northern Colorado Hailstorm FC side as well. And of course, we will take a look also at the upcoming Open Cup schedule, and a lot of eyes will be on that third bar down here. Detroit City FC going to the defending U.S. Open Cup champion, Houston Dynamo.
And, we had a chance to ask Danny DQ about that. And he said, would I have loved to have drawn the defending champion in the second match that we played? Not necessarily, but you want to go and play in these kind of matches. He just said he wished it would have been drawn at Keyworth instead of having to go down to Houston.
Yeah, absolutely, as we take a look at the other half of the round of 32. Let's take a look at the brand new USL League One Jaeger Cup. A little bit of an older shot, depending on, when that time of your life was. But the USL Jägermeister Cup schedule kicking off. And, John, a little more juice here to the mid-season run of USL League One.
And I love the fact that it kind of gives clubs a reset. You get kind of that cup feel. Some of these clubs will leave the U.S. Open Cup earlier, and so you get a chance to have a little more of that cup atmosphere during the summer.
Absolutely. You'll catch all of that action on ESPN Plus as well, so a little bit extra going on in USL League One this season. So we will take another break, come back, get you the highlights from the first half of play. It's halftime because Strohs is spoken here. 2-0 Detroit City.
Let's do it.
Come on, Dad, get me.
Ooh, nice play. All right, you go. There we go.
So cute.
At Ally, we're helping millions save more for the things that matter most to them. Whatever you're saving for, we're all better off with an Ally.
Get back to work.
There's a beer in the D for me and you. From Royal Oak to Jefferson Avenue, grab a friend and a jersey too, and chant like you give a damn. Now we're talking Detroit, and Strohs is spoken here.
It all starts with a Chevy truck. Chevy Silverado with the Turbo Max engine and best-in-class standard torque. And Chevy Silverado HD with up to 14 available camera views. Do more in a Chevy truck. Get yours now. Or GM employees with a current eligible lease can get this Silverado for $319 a month. Or during Chevy truck season, get as low as 0.9% financing in all 2024.
Welcome back to halftime here at Keyworth Stadium, brought to you by Strohs, because Strohs is spoken here. 2-0 Detroit City FC with a couple of goals in that first 45. They have a very comfortable lead as it sits right now. And let's look at how they got that 2-0 lead over the Oakland Roots as we check out the highlights of the first half, Mr. Krieger.
Started in the 7th minute. City on the front foot for most of this first half, and this was the opening goal of the contest. Ben Morris picks the pocket off to the races, works his defender into a screener, and a beautiful finish with the side of the foot didn't scuff it, well placed, found inside the post, and it's 1-0 to City thanks to some aggressive play without the ball for Ben Morris. Then on 17 minutes, Oakland Roots with perhaps one of their better chances of the opening frame. Finally get bodies into the area. There's a cross, but it goes lazily right at Nate Steinwasser, and Nate makes the kind of grab we've come to expect of him in Detroit City FC goalkeeper shirts. On the 25th minute, the other way, City in the area, taking down Villanueva. It is not necessarily the most stonewall penalty of all time. City will take it, though. They give the ball to Maxi Rodriguez, and he doesn't miss. A beautiful penalty taken. The keeper, Blanchett, goes the right way. Doesn't matter for Maxi. He adds another tally inside the post. Then on 36 minutes, Detroit City FC lays it off. Lei Jope gets a chance to get a run-up at it, doing what he likes to do when he can shoot from outside the area, puts all of himself behind it. Blanchett tips it over the bar, and we stay 2-0 at the break.
Take a look at the halftime stats real quickly, and there you see shot 6-3, just one shot on target for Oakland Roots. That tells the story. A tall mountain to climb in just 45 minutes here at Keyworth as Detroit City FC will have the possession first as we get things going. No substitutions that we have been made aware of, so we will run it back. Detroit City FC will get things rolling.
And it looks like Detroit City FC may have a substitution according to our board here.
Victor Bazer has come into the match to start the second half. And Yazid Matthews has come out. So a halftime move there by Danny Dicchio.
Going to get our first look at the player that comes in on loan from Chicago Fire 2.
Victor Bazer signed a homegrown contract with Chicago Fire back in 2022. Played 5 matches for the MLS side. And he will get his first taste here of Keyworth.
You know, and this is where Trevor James, as sporting director, really got a chance to work on building this roster this year. You know, Danny Dicchio is handling the day-to-day preparation of the club, but Detroit City FC, with injury issues, yet you're able to get a guy on loan from Fire 2 in Becerra who has MLS experience and can play in a league like this. So a good addition for Detroit City FC.
Levi's will track back. Mensa clears it out. Moscas will play it back.
Really important for City, frankly, Neil. Just hold your line here in the first 15 minutes. Early goal in the second half changes the entire tenor of things. If you can get to the point where we're kind of into that sub-cycle from the 60th to about the 67th minute, and you still have a 2-goal lead, it's a big chip stack to play with.
This portion of the broadcast brought to you by SeatGeek. SeatGeek is your ticket to great Detroit City FC seats. Villanueva tracks back with it. And John, I think Detroit City FC right now is kind of on that similar sentiment to what you just brought up, spending a lot of time out on the perimeter, along the touch lines. And this may be the portion of the match where this were a UFC fight. You kind of take it to the mat and enjoy your point lead.
You know, and it's funny. Just a little thing that I saw there. Nate Steinwasser ball was laying at his feet, waited for someone to make a move at him before he picked it up. You know what that does? Eat off 5 seconds. And it does it in a way that doesn't look like overt time wasting. So you're playing with that 2-0 lead. And, you know, I'm reminded of Matt Damon in that movie Rounders. You know, you chop somebody's leg out from under them and you lean on them until they fall over. And
that's about a 2-0 lead. And
that's what it is.
About 50 minutes in, you're correct. And that foul will go against Villanueva. Villanueva last 2 seasons for Orange County. 51 matches played in the USL for the USL Championship side. Damascus wants to get things rolling.
City doing just enough to speak with the referee and not allow a quick free kick.
You see all the size of Gagi Marvelashvili at 6'4". Lejob turns. Villanueva. Send it back to Amu Mensah. Amu Mensah drives it up ahead, laid off Villanueva, couldn't get on the end of it.
Villanueva's been really good today. Overlapping runs, pacey runs out on the wing.
He has been.
Creates the penalty. A very good, using the pace to have a very good game today.
Beautiful ball sent up ahead. Ben Morris, Maxi Rodriguez, Bryant overlaps. Here is Bryant. Touches it through. Morris lays it off the cross. Played away. Asmussen had it for a second.
City's used the overlapping run really well. Gives them that extra option.
Lejob. If anything, it keeps a defender honest. Anything else?
It makes you move touchline to touchline. Absolutely. And remember, right now, City are the deeper bench. The more you make defenders move, it's a bigger advantage.
Lejob. Levi's. Murphy through the middle. Zera had an opportunity. Edgar Cruz, the 18-year-old. Slots it across Diaz. Cruz sends it out into space. Cross in, nobody on the other side for Oakland Roots. Villanueva toe pokes it ahead. City looking to make a run. Bazer goes back to it now. Bazer makes a run. He's on the end of it. Bazer inside the left post. And it's 3-0 City. Victor Bazer.
Welcome to Le Rouge, Victor. What a run, what a finish, what a goal. He's going to get credit for the finish, Neil, but even better, speeding out of your picture, leaving it off, and then getting into the area to get the pass back, turn in good position, defender absolutely beaten, works his way into space, and a clinical finish off the side of the foot and off the post and in. So many times, strikers will leave off and then take their time getting into space. He left it off and turned on the jets and made the whole thing happen. 3-0.
The Detroit City FC goal brought to you by Salim Dental, the official dentist of Detroit City FC. Didn't take long for Victor Bazer to make his impression in this huge crowd at Keyworth Stadium. They're a fan so far, John. They're a fan.
With good reason.
Absolutely.
That was a clinical run and finish. You'll take that all day long.
When Johnny Rogers, a ball made its way onto the pitch, and Johnny Rogers kicked it out of the stadium. So it has just gotten late early for Oakland Roots. They're down 3 in the 53rd minute.
Believe it or not, though, frankly, Neil, if you're City, don't take your foot off the gas. The way this side is built, you take your foot off the gas, you allow, there's still enough time to allow Oakland into the game.
Blanchett came into this match with a 1.50 goals against average. There's been moments where he's been under siege. But John, another thing that you notice from Detroit City this season, when they get scoring opportunities, they are quality scoring opportunities. And there's a volume of them.
And you have players in the box that know what to do with them. And they have figured out something and unlocked themselves to be able to take those chances, get into space, and finish. Oh, that's a good ball out wide.
That ball driven, and that was actually a go. Blanchett able to escort that one over the bar.
I think Blanchett was a little bit off his line, and they were trying to catch him there.
We will get an Oakland Root substitution. Trayvon Reed will come into the match. Etzgar Cruz, the 18-year-old, will come out. Cruz seemed to grow into the match a bit as it went on. Again, we saw him a couple of times at 18 years old going up against Michael Bryan at 27. That's a big ask, especially here in Keyworth, but the minutes certainly improved as Cruz made his way through this match. That ball taken away by Murphy. Up ahead, Bazer again. Bazer just wide of the left post.
Could you imagine the reaction in this place if he put up a brace in 10 minutes?
Victor Bazer played his college soccer at Indiana, a college soccer powerhouse, and he was that close to a brace.
Okay, young fella. That's a heck of a start for Bazer.
Momentum on the restart. Murphy in the mix. Diaz will touch it ahead. Amumensa tracks back. Ball comes free. Gomez in some space. Gomez cross on the other side. That's finished. And the Oakland Roots will be right back into this match. Justin Rasmussen keeping his side alive. They answer.
Well, I said there was still time to let a team into the game. And lo and behold, Oakland's been let into the game. A little bit of a breakdown there for City. And this ball across, out wide, and then that cross, City's defense a little bit off the boil. Got all the way through.
Beautiful ball from Gomez.
And then in acres of space to finish. You don't miss too many of those. And all of a sudden, it's 3-1.
The entire tenor of Keyworth Stadium has changed, no doubt. Lejeau. Murphy. This is an important 10 minutes here for Detroit City FC. Not necessarily, you don't necessarily need a goal, but you do need some sustained possession. Then Morris along the line. Bryant, Murphy, Joe, he's got some space. Levi's directing traffic as he controls the ball. Villanueva. Lejeau. Levi's. Slots it ahead. Joe, can he get on the end of it? He will. Valenza. Murphy again. Maxi. Villanueva. City has just held it here along this left touchline.
And that's exactly what you called for, Neil, and you were right.
Johnny Rodriguez to Cedeno. Back to Johnny Rodriguez. Rodriguez into the 18. He lays it off. Rodriguez gets it back, and the shot is blocked. So a corner coming up for Oakland Roots as we get ready to move into the 60th minute.
You know, it's interesting there. City had a chance to perhaps not let Rodriguez get on the end of this. And Bryant let it run a little bit.
Lejope had to track back. Diaz. Cross sent in. Michael Bryant sends it back out. Great job done by Levi's. Villanueva. And now stepping through, it's Ben Morris. Bryant jumps up into the attack.
Smart by Ben there to slow it down, though. You didn't have the numbers, you didn't have the positioning, your back was to goal.
And that foul will be called. Villanueva taken down.
And that's the second yellow. That's going to be a red.
And that is the case. So Marvelous Shively will be removed from this match. He got a yellow in the 39th minute, and he just got another one. His afternoon is finished.
So now City with a 2-goal lead and up a man.
That could be the final blow for Oakland Roots here in the 61st minute. That's too bad. They were coming off a goal, trying to work their way back into this match. That may be something they can't recover from. Now, I would also say this on the Detroit City side: if you're Lejope and you're Michael Bryant,
don't breathe on anybody.
Step lightly.
That's plain and simple.
And of course, I know there's somebody else in this stadium that's aware of that as well, and that's Danny Dicchio. And on cue, a little bit of stirring over there on the Detroit City FC bench. Here we go. Ball fizzed in. Maxi Rodriguez unable to get to it on Momensa Ken. Goes across to Lejope. Levi's lets it go. That was blocked. Murphy tries to reverse pitch. Carroll jumped up into the open space. Boy, heady play there by Stephen Carroll. Bazer hassling Blanchett there. This portion of the broadcast brought to you by Volvo Construction and Alta Equipment Company, where uptime matters.
And Bazer and Blanchett got into it after the play. And the referee over to have a word with Bazer.
Blanchett just kind of dismissed him and said, go back that way. Let's see what this was all about on our Fago replay. Blanchett goes down fairly easily. Bazer turns with it. He's got a runner up that right side. It's Ben Morris. Morris does well to keep it. Lejo. Maxi Rodriguez. That was beautifully anticipated. Great job by Damascus.
Nice job by Maxi to not be out of control on that challenge.
Murphy in the middle. Levi's, here's Maxi Rodriguez. Michael Bryant has space. City playing a man up, looks for Morris. Morris gets on the end of it. The shot is stopped by Blanchett. And a throw coming up for Detroit City.
I didn't think Morris had the angle to take that shot, and he somehow still made Blanchett able to work for it. Take a look at this. Morris cut that in. That would have been goal bound from an impossible angle.
Murphy stepped through the 18. Oakland Roots will relieve the pressure. Levi's will send it up ahead to Job. Job couldn't keep his footing. Rodriguez. Reed tries to step through. Lays it off for Diaz. Diaz back across. Reed. Donaciano sends it out wide to the left, and Amu Mensah will step up to play it away. There's just not enough bodies out there for Oakland Roots.
That's another City player blows a tire.
Levi's will flick that one away. A corner coming up for Oakland Roots. So Oakland Roots with an opportunity. They are down a man, down two. But they have a corner piece coming up. Cedeno will line it up. Cedeno steps into it. This ball's curled in, and Morris has a possession and finds Maxi in some space. Maxi slots it up. Villanueva, can he get on the end of it? He cannot.
Doesn't matter though, Neil. Relieve the pressure.
And folks, our friends at the Garrett J. Verberg Company have made a generous donation to Detroit City FC Youth Program and are matching all donations up to $50,000. Scan the QR code on the screen right now and support youth soccer in the city of Detroit. Thanks to our friends, Garrett J. Verberg Company. And here comes City. Murphy for Villanueva, couldn't control it.
Maxi was frustrated.
And now, John, right after the Oakland Roots got that goal, you got the feel that the sentiment shifted. Now the sentiment is City's looking for the finisher.
You know, and the red card really opened things up as well. You know, Oakland gets the goal, then City goes up a man. You shore up defensively, but can still take the risks forward because of the difference in numbers. They want to try to put this out of their misery, but they're leaving enough bodies back to not be vulnerable against the counter.
Out in space, Rodriguez cut out by Levi's. I believe this will be a throw for Oakland Roots. Oakland Roots will host Colorado Springs next Saturday at 7 o'clock Pacific time. And remember, this is an Oakland side, has a draw against Charleston on the resume. They had a win over Indy. Of course, last week, got that huge road win at El Paso.
They're going to be in the mix in the Western Conference.
Diaz over. Daniel will clear out. Diaz service in, nicely done. And that ball's headed away by Bryant.
And from our angle, for a moment there, Neil, I wondered if he'd put it in his own. That was close. And Bryant.
He walked back confidently, though, like he knew exactly what he was doing.
On the spot.
We push towards the 70th minute. Here comes a corner now for Oakland Roots. Corner played short. Now some space, and that shot brought in was cut away. I believe that was Bazer that did the job.
Daniel Espeleta is readying himself. We hear it maybe for Villanueva.
Now the substitution will happen. Detroit City FC substitutions brought to you by CVY. CVY, wear it, feel it, play it. Luxury performance wear.
And it is Villanueva who comes out.
Very good effort today from Alex Villanueva. Espeleta comes in. Aleskev will come in. The next opportunity for the Oakland Roots. Lejope has it. And he pings it, looking for Espeleta. Can't get on the end of it, but Levi's does. Levi's in some space. Here's Maxi Rodriguez. Espeleta peels back. Levi's. Boy, I saw Lejope look over at Maxi when Maxi was in that space, saying, "Man, I wish I was in that space right now." Because you know what would be on Lejope's mind.
Oh, he would have had to go.
Lancha will clear that one off. Reed will send it back. Maxi Rodriguez tracks back. Here comes Lejope with friends. Espeleta, left side, towards the 18. Stutter step, crosses over, lost control, a little heavy on the touch.
But even with the heavy touch, City did a good job of regrouping there, Neil, and keeping it pressed back in the Oakland end.
So Aleskev will come in for the Oakland Roots. Another one of the USL Academy contracts on the team. Came from Project 510, has a goal this season. Aleskev 6'1".
What was it Danny Dicchio said in his pre-match conference call with us? Feels like we're playing the land of the Giants every week.
And I'll just put my roster charts together for Oakland Roots, and I'll be on the call for another one of their matches coming up in just a little bit on the national call. It seems like everybody is 6'1", 6'4". And they're such a young side. They have a good blend, though, of youth and veterans that have been around the block.
And they're going to grow into something sustainable with that kind of academy setup.
Levi's serve the corner. Plays it short, gets it back. Levi's drives it in, flicked on. The ball was right in front of the goal and played away.
Blanchett was beaten. It was cleared off the line.
This portion of the broadcast brought to you by Salim Dental, the official dentist of Detroit City Football Club. Steinwasser drives it down, looking for Maxi Rodriguez. Bazer able to come down with it. Mensa will track back to play that one away.
Couple more City subs getting set to come in.
Mensa will slide it across for Stephen Carroll. '75th minute, Neil Rule, John Krieger here with you. Detroit City FC with the 3-1 lead. Oakland Roots playing with 10 men after a second half red card. Almost immediately after they had scored the goal to make it a 3-1 deficit. Very chilly Saturday afternoon at Keyworth Stadium in Hamtramck. Ball sent in, that will get all the way through, and Steinwasser will make the grab. There is Nate Steinwasser directing traffic. Tied for second, USL Championship in save percentage last year. Tied for second, USL Championship in clean sheets. Tied for fourth in saves. By any metric, one of the very best goalkeepers USL Championship has to offer.
And in year 3, I think we're starting to see some of that respect given.
At some point, the resume becomes undeniable. I mean, you know, how many times do you have to?
Yeah, Neil, you and I have been around.
Seasons?
You and I have been around sports for 50 years combined. There are people.
That shot fizzed in, and Steinwasser able to make the grab, and then maintains the possession
and keep it in play. People will still try to deny the undeniable resume. Nate is finally getting what he's due.
Bazer trying to step through with it. Maxi goes down. He's shaken up. Murphy will kick it out of play. And the tough part about that is Maxi Rodriguez was scheduled to be subbed for Connor Rutz,
who is standing over there waiting to come in.
The athletic trainer for Detroit City FC, Maureen Lilla, will tend to Maxi Rodriguez. Let's see if we can get a look on the Fago replay. And all right there. Is it an elbow to the side of the head? You see it right here. Oof. Damascus.
Good news is he's getting up.
He gets the thumbs up from the most important medical opinion in the stadium. Maureen Lilla gives him the thumbs up. He comes off. Substitution for Detroit City, brought to you by CVY. CVY, wear it, feel it, play it, luxury performance wear. And another good run for Maxi Rodriguez here this afternoon. He is pound for pound one of the best midfielders to this stage of the USL Championship season, and that's just a simple fact.
He's already been player of the week in the league once. And I don't think it will be the last time we see him on a team of the week this season. So City bringing in Matt Sheldon as well for Michael Bryant. That's one of the players on a yellow card that Danny Dicchio has now taken off.
I would imagine Les Jope, maybe the next one to come out. 79th minute. Blanchett will slot it across. Spalletta gives chase. Matt Sheldon into the match, as you said. Sheldon, a veteran, over 150 USL Championship matches played on his resume. Spalletta, can he get on the end of it? He is cut off. Beautifully done. Donasianu came in and closed him off. That was an all or nothing situation, and it was all for the Oakland Roots. Lejope makes his way through. Jope in some space and on the move. Jope looking at his options. Sent across in, and it's headed over top of the bar. Boy, Ben Morris made a bid for a brace, and he knows it.
That's a heck of a cross by Jope. Watch Jope in space. Absolutely just creates a perfect crossing lane. Puts it in, and Morris is in a little too tight to it. Can't get the proper head on it. Coming on for Oakland Roots.
Mishi Nadir Sherry will come into the match and replace Johnny Rodriguez for the Oakland Roots.
And also number 45, I think. Ali Almasnaoui.
Almasnaoui in as well. The 16-year-old. For the Project 510.
You're 16 years old. Welcome to Keyworth Stadium.
Levi's making his way through.
We will have a lot of stoppage time here, Neil. I would guess at least 6 minutes. So about a quarter of an hour left to go here.
Here's Murphy. City looking for the finisher. Morris curls that one in, flicked on, and that will trickle just wide of the left post, and another corner coming up for Detroit City FC.
And City will take these all day. Thank you very much.
Corner kick presented by Misdig 811. Know what's below and visit misdig811.org before any digging project. James Murphy will make his way over. Murphy played for the USA U20 national team, also in his MLS debut with LAFC against Borussia Dortmund in a friendly back in 2018.
That Dortmund team currently in the semifinals of the Champions League.
The corner goes over top of everyone, but the whistle sounds anyway. James Murphy, another veteran, over 100 USL matches played. He was with Monterey Bay last season. Stephen Carroll heads that one up ahead. Spalletta. And whistle and the stoppage.
And the final safety valve here for Detroit City FC. Lejope's going to come off here before too long. City readying.
Gasso will come in.
And that's really the biggest thing here, is get the guy with the yellow card off the pitch. Get a 2-goal lead with 14 minutes to go. You should be able to hold that. Should.
Cedeno turns with it. Working against Connor Rutz. Kept in nicely along that far touchline. It's Ben Morris over there. Amagasso will come in. The next opportunity. He had the match-winning goal at Pittsburgh in the first round of the USL Championship playoffs last year, just like everyone predicted going into the match.
You mean you didn't have that on your bingo card?
I did not. Incredible performance by City on the road. Nate Steinwasser got the clean sheet in that match. Makes the grab there as well. So the 20-year-old. We've talked a lot about Project 510 for the Oakland Roots here today. Detroit City FC Academy coming through. And probably the biggest moment in the club's history in the biggest match. It was an Academy product that was the difference.
And that's what they're trying to do here, frankly, Neil, is to build that kind of a pipeline. When City expanded into the youth setups around Metro Detroit, it was a team for every age of your life, a team you could grow up to play in. And so you love to see that kind of development. So there Le Diop goes, and that means nobody for City on the pitch right now has a booking. And that's what you need to do right now, especially when you are down 2 players due to injury, is not have any more down due to suspension. That's something that's hurt Oakland Roots today. Not only did they have 2 players out injured, but 2 players suspended due to disciplinary reasons.
Stepping through, boy, beautiful footwork there by Matt Sheldon. His cross. Espeleta has it, 1v2. Espeleta wings one in there, and Rutt sends it over top of everything.
Detroit City's had some pretty good crosses into the area today.
From different sources, too.
A lot of different boots getting the ball into scoreable positions.
That foul will go against Detroit City. Quick restart for the Roots. Leskiv send that one towards the back post. Matt Sheldon all the way back to clear that one away. Boy, Matt Sheldon's been everywhere the last 2 minutes of this match.
Well, he's got a lot of gas in the tank. If you're going to come on with 15 minutes to go, 20 minutes to go, leave it all out there.
Detroit City will be at Pittsburgh next Saturday at 7 o'clock. Catch that match on Detroit 50 in the Detroit area.
Are they watching, partner?
Be a lot of fun. Of course, it was the most fun last time Detroit City FC was in Pittsburgh. It's been a tough go for the Riverhounds early on in the USL Championship season. But I think any soccer club in America, you take away the leading goal scorer, you take away the midfielder, and that's probably
they're going to have a tough time.
They're going to have a tough time getting it going. But I do know this. Bob Lilly has the track record. You know he will get it together, and you know Pittsburgh,
they'll be ready to go.
They'll be heard from before this is all said and done.
Absolutely. I mean, you take a look at the fact that there's a cross in that gets cleared away. Water finds its level.
Espeleta, it's a 3v2. Rutt's running up. Espeleta goes across. Bazer had to track back, and that shot is redirected. And a corner coming up for Detroit City FC. As always, corner kicks brought to you by Mystic 811. Know what's below and visit mystic811.org before any digging project. Levi's will trot over. This will be the 4th corner for Detroit City FC. Levi sends it in, and Blanchett will make the grab. talking about this Oakland Roots side and a lot of the things they have going for them. They have taken on, too, a whole new level of popularity in Oakland with the upcoming departure of the Oakland A's. The Raiders, of course, left for Las Vegas. They're the one game in town right now. And there's for Oakland sports fans.
You know what? And the fans out there have responded to an ownership group that wants to be there.
Correct.
It was telling, though, that about 65 minutes, the Northern Guard here had a chant that said "Move to Vegas," and so that should tell you exactly where that town is and how the soccer fans, sports fans in that town have really latched on to Roots as a team that wants to be there.
Oscar's played it in. Mensa goes down.
Flag was up on the near side.
Mensa, I believe, could be cramping. Stretched out a bit there.
You know, as we head into stoppage time here, Neil, let's take a look at where this Detroit City FC team is. You know, because at the end of this is going to be 5 from 5 in the league and 1 from 1 in the cup. They're going to be tied on points and only behind Charleston Battery on goal difference. But if you had told the City faithful.
Bazer goes to Levi's. Levi's, the cross, and it's headed away. Another corner coming up, brought to you by Mysdig811.org. Know what's below. Visit Mysdig811.org before any digging project.
If you had told the City faithful that through 5 matches of the season, you'd be level on points with the conference leaders and also level on points with Blue City, so the top 3 all level, and you'd have games in hand on both of them, they'd take that bite your hand off.
There will be 6 minutes of stoppage time. Stoppage time brought to you by Brew Detroit, the official craft beer of Detroit City FC. Well, I mean, technically you can't ask for more, John. Like, there is not more possible.
True. Thanks, partner.
If you're into facts, yeah.
But even more than the points is the way this side looks.
Cross sent in, and that is sent wide by Stephen Carroll. Boy, the captain wanted in on the action. Made a bid for that right side post.
All about seeing it out now.
Good build up there from Roots, just not the final piece of it. Steinwasser clears it out. City wants a flag. They won't get it. Memo Diaz. That cross blocked away, so a corner coming up for Oakland Roots. Last call time here for Oakland Roots, down by 2. 4.5 minutes left of stoppage time. Need to convert this one. Want any chance? There you see the mixing and scratching going on in the turntable that is the 6. And another whistle. Here we go. Ball sent in. Stephen Carroll. Who else? Played that one away. Ben Morris will clear it out. Rutz heads that one away, and Ben Morris with that last clearance, and he is your man of the match tonight. Man of the match brought to you by Volvo Construction and Alto Equipment Company, where uptime matters. There he is, number 9, and he was exactly that here today. Corner sent in. Steinwasser went up for it, but that will go out for a goal kick. But number 9 set the tone, and that was pretty much the story.
Good aggressive play without the ball, made the interception and created the opening goal of the match. And that allowed City to play with a lot more freedom from the off, to really assert themselves on the contest, control the tempo for most of the day, and grind down this Oakland Roots club. The penalty they got in the first half didn't hurt. You go into the locker room with a 2-goal lead for the first time at home since September of last year. And they've done well to see things out here in the second half. Despite allowing a goal, they scored a third, and for the last 15 minutes have done really well to just kind of take the pace out of the game.
Roots with the possession left side. That corner sent in. Stepping up, and that shot is blocked. Espeleta paid the price. I believe that was Damascus that was able to let that one fly. Well, that is a want-to business over there. You either want to do that or you don't. Connor Rutz along the near touchline, dying moments of this match. And this was a match that Detroit City FC basically controlled since the 8th minute. In the Ben Morris goal, there was not much doubt.
And frankly, Neil, these are the ones you have to win. You had an Oakland Roots team that had to come across the country to play you. 2 of their players out due to discipline, 2 of their players out due to injury, an inexperienced bench, and you got an early goal. Those are the ones you need to finish out. These are the ones that make it easier on the business end of the season. Points in the bank.
Restart here for the Roots. Final moment of the match. Blanchett will serve it up into the 18. Amu Mensah comfortably heads it away. Espeleta goes down, and the ball cleared out. But the ball can't hurt you over in a bench. Connor Rutt steps up, able to touch it away. Hopeful ball sent into the 18. Levi's will take it and clear it. City has some men forward if they get an opportunity, and here it is. Espeleta had to go a long way to get it. That allowed the Roots to recover. Espeleta, though, still with it. Espeleta's cross comes through, and it's chipped wide and above the frame. But that is the final whistle, and Detroit City FC moves to 5-0 in USL Championship play with a dominating 3-1 win against Oakland Roots here at Keyworth.
A perfect start, a clinical finish, solid technical play, and a great performance from your back line, shutting down one of USL Championship's better attackers in Johnny Rodriguez for most of the day. A solid performance from City, 3 points in the bank, and the unbeaten start continues.
And Ben Morris, as we talked about, the man of the match. And let's check out the shot of the match, presented by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. And Ben Morris certainly took part in this.
He knew the touch was heavy. He knew he could go get it. Out and aggressive, turns his defender into a screener, and brilliantly placed. Look at the foot placement on the shot. Had to be perfect to get through and score. It was 1-0, our perfect shot of the match.
And that really did set the tone for Detroit City FC here today. And now let's check out our save of the match, presented by Ally. Whatever you're saving for, we're all better off with an Ally. Learn more at ally.com. And Nate Steinwasser wasn't challenged a ton here today. Secure with the hands, as always.
When that's your save of the match, it means the City back line had a really good day, because it means one of the better keepers in USL Championship didn't have to work all that hard.
So Detroit City FC gets a 3-1 win. Let's take a break, come back, and wrap this thing up. Detroit City FC, perfect so far through 5 USL Championship matches. We'll be back with more USL Championship soccer.
Hi, Dave from DTE here. Ooh, this dirty HVAC filter makes your system work a lot harder, and that costs money. But they're really easy to change. First, just check the edge of your current filter to see what size to buy.
John, I'll see you all next week.
Just insert the new filter with the arrow facing toward the furnace. It's that easy. Energy bill savings. Get more tips on our website.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
It all starts with a Chevy truck. Chevy Silverado with the Turbo Max engine and best-in-class standard torque. And Chevy Silverado HD with up to 14 available camera views. Do more in a Chevy truck. Get yours now. Or GM employees with a current eligible lease can get this Silverado for $319 a month. Or during Chevy truck season, get as low as 0.9% financing in all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups.
Back here inside historic Keyworth Stadium, Detroit City FC sending the Keyworth faithful home in happy fashion to enjoy their Saturday evening. 3-1, they get the win. Our final score presented by DTE Energy. And let's check out the highlights from today's match. And it all started, John, very early on. Ben Morris got things rolling and took advantage of an error.
A hallmark of Danny DiCio's City is being aggressive without the ball, and that's exactly what Ben Morris did. Saw the touch was heavy. It's wide was our shot of the match earlier. Comes in, uses his defender as the screener, puts it across to score. And City, 7 minutes in, they're on top, and the drive on the celebration goes straight down the middle of the fairway. Then Villanueva, later in the first half, goes into the box, is taken down. Not the most stonewall penalty ever, but Maxi Rodriguez's penalty attempt was perfect. Keeper goes the right way. Blanchette's still not going to get that. It's beautifully placed. And all of a sudden at the break, City 2 goal to the good in the 51st minute. City the other way, on the front foot, picking up right where they left off. Beautiful ball into the box. And the new boy on the block for Detroit City FC, Bazer, Victor Bazer, the halftime sub, comes in and gets his welcome to City goal. A leave off there, a great run, follows that into space, and clinical finish. On 57 minutes, Roots said they weren't quite done yet, down 3-0. Sizzling cross across the 6-yard box, and a beautiful job to get into space for the opening Oakland goal of the ball game. Then, though, after that, things would become more difficult for Oakland Roots because immediately after scoring this goal the other way, they were reduced to 10 men. It allowed City to see the match out and pick up all 3 points.
Let's take a look at the Detroit City FC upcoming schedule brought to you by Back to You. And, of course, next Saturday at Pittsburgh and Detroit 50 at 7 p.m. Couple of road matches for the next 5 on the road, as a matter of fact.
And City need to try to get some more points. Use the start they've had here to be able to weather some of this road challenge. They can pick up bonus points here, solidify their place in the playoff places.
Well, that will wrap things up here from Keyworth Stadium. Detroit City FC, a dominant 3-1 win over the Oakland Roots. We'll talk to you all next Saturday from Pittsburgh. For broadcast partner John Krieger and our producer, John Sofaro, my name is Neil Rule, reminding you one final time, Detroit City FC 3, Oakland Roots 1. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great afternoon. Well, see you later.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.